guys. All right, so hi everyone. So my name is Derek. I'm the founder of ZeroDev. So today I want to talk to you about this new concept called chain abstracted smart accounts. So very simply, a chain abstracted smart account is a new type of account that changes how we think about Web3. So with a normal smart account, as you can see here, we have what we call a chain-centric point of view, right? So with a normal account, you think about your assets in terms of different chains. So you might have, for example, 500 USDC on Base, 300 USDC on Polygon, and 200 USDC on Ethereum. But with a chain abstracted smart account, you can afford to have what we call a asset-centric point of view, right? So now you can just think, oh, I have 1,000 USDC in my wallet, and it doesn't actually matter which underlying blockchains your tokens are actually on, right? As far as you are concerned, you own 1,000 USDC, and you can spend them instantly on any blockchain. So that's why chain abstracted smart accounts is better than a normal account. So let me tell you about how chain abstracted smart accounts actually work. So very simply, a chain abstracted smart account is simply the combination of two technologies, smart accounts and intents. So let's first think about how intents work, right? Let's use the most popular intents bridge, which is a cross, as an example. So here's how a cross works. In order to bridge, in this case, say 50 USDC from Base to Polygon, the first thing you do when you use a cross is that you send 50 USDC from your accounts into a vault, right? And then the second step, the solver, there's going to be an intent solver on the other side that transfers 50 USDC to your accounts on the other side. And finally, they reclaim the 50 USDC on Base through some kind of cross-chain proof showing that they did send you 50 USDC. And note that the reason why we need the vault here is because without first moving the vaults, without first moving the tokens into the vaults, the user can very easily scam the solver by taking their money away after the solver paid for them on the other chain, right? So that's why it's important for the account to first lock the tokens into a vault before the solver can send them the tokens on the other side, right? So this is how intents work. So now let's think about how we can add smart accounts into the mix to enable chain abstracted smart accounts. So again, it's the same flow. So you first lock the funds into a vault. But here, when your smart accounts, when your account is a smart account, which means that it's a smart contract, the solver can do something a little different, which is that instead of just sending you 50 USDC, the solver can actually make a call to your account, which is now a smart contract, with the 50 USDC, and then your smart account can interact with whatever application, right? So these 2A and 2B here, these two steps, are actually one single transactions, and this is only possible because your account is now a smart contract. So the solver calls you, and then you call the dApp. So now we have, moved from a system in which we can only do transfer, which is the normal intent bridges, to a system where we can do executions, meaning that your smart accounts can now interact with arbitrary applications. And the huge benefit here is that this is gasless, right? This is gasless on the destination chain, because the transaction was submitted by the solver, so your account actually doesn't need any ETH, right? So from your account's perspective, it was able to interact with the application without holding any ETH, and you are just spending USDC. So this gives you gasless transaction on the destination chain. But this system is still not perfect, because if you look at the source chain, you see that you are still, to actually execute a transaction on the target chain, you still have to first send a transaction on the source chain, right? So you still have to hold the gas here. So that's why, we can actually also have the solver work for you on the source chain as well, right? So again, it's basically the same as the last flow, except that in the first step, instead of having your smart accounts transferring USDC to the vault directly, here, the first step is to have the solver call your smart accounts to trigger the transfer to the vault, right? So again, because the transaction was originated by the solver, your smart accounts actually doesn't need to hold any ETH, right? And again, this is only possible because your smart account is a smart contract that can accept calls. So your smart account will transfer the funds to the vaults, which then triggers the transaction on the other sides to interact with the application. So let's recap what we have achieved here. You now have like one single unified balance across all the chains that can be spent on any chain, right? Like any tokens you own on any chain can be spent on any chain. And we have achieved gasless transactions in the sense that, for example, here, you literally need to own nothing except USDC in your accounts to perform this transaction, right? Because like all the gas on both the source chain and the target chain are handled by the solver. And the user never interacted with the bridge manually, right? From the user's perspective, they are just sending a transaction, and then like the bridging is handled by the solver under the hood. So that was just like the tip of the iceberg as far as like how chain abstracted smart accounts work, especially like with the next Ethereum upgrade picture. Like when with EIP 7702, all the existing wallets such as MetaMask will be able to be upgraded to smart accounts. So that's when this huge issue of L2 fragmentation today, this huge UX issue of like having to bridge your tokens all over the place, will be solved through chain abstracted smart accounts. So today, we already offer a early solution in beta. So if you want to check out how to improve UX, through chain abstracted smart accounts, feel free to check out ZeroDev. Thank you.
Thanks, Derek. All right, we have time for questions now. Yes, you've been so great about coming up with questions so far. All right, whoever catches it is going to ask the question. And here you go. You are ready.
Maybe some basic questions. The solvers kind of approve it to move funds from your accounts, right?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
So the solver is pre-approved to move funds from your account.
Okay, so let me be very clear.
Are there several solvers approved to do this, or only one solver?
Okay, so I guess I can't see my slides anymore, but basically one thing I have skipped over for simplicity is that the very first thing that the user do is to sign an intent, right? So the user has to sign a message first, right? So that intent is fundamentally what's authorizing the solver to move the tokens on your behalf, right? So you sign the intent, and then when the solver calls your smart accounts, they include the signed intent, and that is why your smart account will allow them to move the tokens for you. Yeah. Does it make sense?
Maybe you can discuss this more after the talk.
Yeah, I have a question. So would this be able to work? Say I have a $50 chain A, $50 chain B. I want to buy something with $100 on chain C. Can that work?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If you think about the flow, right? Yeah. So in that case, the solver will just like give you 50 USDC on the destination chain, and then you will be spending 100 USDC in total on the destination chain. Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for questions this time. But again, cool. Thanks, Derek, for the wonderful talk. Let's give it up for Derek. Lovely.